Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast, Microfilms and Muzzle Flashes. We have a new topic today that we're going to cover, and really am excited to hear everybody's opinion on it. We've got some strong opinions about it. We'll start by introducing ourselves as we always do. I am known as Special Agent Unknown on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all that fun stuff. And here I have with me
Double O Fitness, just on
Dave,
Instagram.
the legend.
Yep, the legend. All right, so I guess we're gonna just kind of lateral move from the last episode into, so essentially I don't think we took it as well as most people did, Amazon taking over Bond, right?
We had a loud opinion, to say the
hmm
least. Mhm.
And this is why we had our loud opinion. So let's go over these talking points.
There has been
So,
some breaking news. Starting
so
off with the director, I guess we could.
so here's my question. I have one question to this. So obviously they confirmed the director, right? Amazon. Who
Hmm.
confirmed this bullshit list of James Bond characters? Who could play James Bond? Is this speculation? Is it rumors? Like
Right,
what is? I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't put it past me, but yeah. So okay, we'll just dive right into it.
right. So the director that they chose, I do want to cover because I think he's going to have a lot of uh, push when it comes to who's going to be in essentially his movie. Um,
hmm
he, by the way, I apologize for anyone out there. I can't even pronounce his name. Um,
It is. Hold on. Yep. I was. Yeah. So reportedly, Dennis Villanovi. Sound right?
I guess the V is silent, so Villanov is
Oh,
how you're supposed to say it.
sorry. If you're listening,
Yeah,
buddy, sorry. We can't get it right, but whatever,
I apologize.
it is what it
Um,
is.
I don't know the name, but I do know his movies. He's currently directing the Dune trilogy. He's finishing Dune 3 right now, which is uh, uh, not my favorite movies.
Dude,
They were boring to me.
I haven't seen any of them, so fill them in.
Yeah, I didn't even read the books. I don't know hardly anything about it. I fell asleep within the first 10 minutes of the first one.
You know who
What I
else
do
said that?
remember, who said that?
I think Zorinsky said the same thing, and honestly, that's why I never even bothered watching them.
Yeah, actually, in his most recent little post, I think he said the same thing. Um, I will say, however, his directive eye is really crispy, and
hmm
he has the skills behind it.
hmm
Hopefully, his skills can show through. I mean, side note, I was thinking about this today. A James Bond movie isn't hard to film, right? I mean, as long
No.
as you have a good story,
hmm
it kind of just films itself. And that's
Well, you have to stick with that like Bond essence too, though. At the same time, like
right.
I don't know. I think we talked about this before. I don't see how they're going to keep that like the Bond suave. You know what I mean? It was just different
That,
because it was like even when you'd watch uh like Spectre, right? It had like
mhm.
old like 60s vibes to it still the way it was filmed and all that good stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't like I said I think you said he did Sicario, right?
He did, which is
That's
a
great
great
movie.
movie.
Yes, great movie. But
So
what
he
else has he
can,
done? Let me see here.
uh,
Let's see.
I mean, his movies list isn't very long. I would say maybe 15 or so movies, maybe a couple more. And that was just through a quick Google search. The only ones I could really pick out that I was like, ooh, yeah, the Dune
So
movies and
let me ask
Sicario.
let me ask you this. So let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. So
Mm.
potential release date for Bond 26 is 2028. They stopped filming in 2019. Dude,
What?
this is
I mean,
almost 10 years. You know, it's like, I don't
wow.
know. Yeah, I don't know how they have a fan base at this point, man. Like, everybody's content's pretty much dried up, and I don't know.
I
It's a
mean,
downer, man. It's a Debbie Downer for sure. And um,
wh- but what do you expect? Like,
if they were going to sell it off, man, they should have just sold it off back in 2022,
or
not
even
wait till
before the release
2025.
of, yeah, before the release of No Time to Die, even they
Oh no,
might
I
have.
know, dude. I know. I was looking at it. I don't know. So,
So this was on my mind earlier. This brings up a question that I had is,
mhm.
how do I stage this question appropriately? With uh, the train of thought is all over the place. Just with the timeline of events that we've
Yeah.
had, uh, is it even worth making a movie to begin with, or
I
is
don't,
it just
dude. Look, so from what I see, which we just got done talking about. Sorry, guys. Trying to. I'm still doing my homework here. I know that we are not. Hold on real quick. Screen in. So it looks like they want a way younger Bond from what I can
hmm
see, because we've got, Tom Holland played Spider-Man, and, you know, um, is it Harris Dickinson? Was he the one that was in like the chick flicks? Like the
I
surfer kind
think,
of,
yeah,
and you got Jacob
um,
El El Elroy
Elroyd, I
Elroy
guess.
Elroy, yeah. So he played in the Kingsman,
Correct. The King's
and
Man. So the
Kingston.
third one,
Okay, okay, got it,
which is the
dude.
more of the vintage vibes.
Look, if this is the list that we get right now, like, ah, dude, I can't take this shit serious. Like Bond, I don't know why are they looking for someone in their late 20s? We've always had, like, for instance, I'll be 38 on Monday, and I feel like Bond is always taking over in his 30s. Roger Moore, I think, was in his 40s.
hmm
Bond is supposed to
Yep.
be a seasoned and out of the service. So I don't know if they're trying to do like a kind of like a, I wouldn't say a
Prequel kind
prequel.
of a thing.
Yeah, but we've already done that with Casino Royale, so it doesn't work.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I
So,
guess, yeah. When it comes to the actual timeline of the movies versus the novels, I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, the novels themselves, those 14 books compared to the movies, oh man, that's just a giant cluster. So, I mean, I don't know if chronological
oh,
is going
dude,
to
hold on.
be the right
We
way.
messed this up.
Hmm.
Okay, so okay. Wait, no. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. No, hold on. So, who is it? So if I'm reading this right, Jacob was the one that played in. It looks like Jacob's the one that played in the chick. No, I don't know. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I didn't even know who these guys were other than Spider-Man. Outside of that, like, I have no idea who these
Yeah.
dudes are, and I can't see them. Like, I think one of them played in like a Netflix chick flick, right?
Right.
Not saying like Craig or anybody was really anything pre that, but man, I don't see it. Look, I wasn't a fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Mm-mm.
Um, but dude, I'll
Same.
take him over these little boys any day. I mean, at least he's in his 30s. You got, Amazon has confirmed or denied report regarding these three stars. The latest does suggest that longtime frontrunner Aaron Taylor Johnson could be out of luck, and if Variety is correct, Henry Cavill at 42 also would be too old for the role. But why? Why are we looking for a star under 30? I'm not the origin story, dude. Look,
Is it
I don't want
just?
any more arcs. I don't want any more stories, dude. I want a golden eye. I want
Hmm.
from Russia with Love, or just give me something like I want the old Bond films back. The Craig arc was cool, but at the end of the day, like, look, man, we had 20 fucking years of it, pardon my French, but it's time. Like, go back.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree. And I think our new director kind of has that, at least initially from the interviews that I watched and from what people have said he's mentioned, is he wants to honor the legacy. That was verbatim words from him.
Well, he's not
And
doing
then,
that.
well, it depends if these are his choices or not. I'm curious to know what the storyline he's creating is, um, especially when he follows up the conversation saying that his dad was the one that introduced him to the Bond films when he was young, the typical story, right?
Hmm.
And so they're near and dear to his heart. The problem is he going to try and bring those new stories or those old stories into a new light, or is he going to try and make some new vintage stories, or is it going to be is he going to blow us all out of the water and then all of a sudden we have this futuristic style Bond? I have no idea what way he's actually taking it. And I mean, there's a lot of people that are
So
optimistically skeptical, but
I've I've got a comment here this sounds pretty good. And this guy's name's Jeremy. And so the problem with an actor under 30 is that Bond holds the title of a commander from the Royal Navy. Pretty sure it would
mhm,
be very hard for a man under the age of 30 to obtain commander status. Also, if the actor is too young, it may be hard to take him seriously. I think 35 35 to 45 year old would be just fine to play the part, which I mean, dude, yeah.
agreed.
I don't want an origin story, man. I want a fun movie where Bond just blows shit up and does his thing, man. Drives a nice car, beautiful watch, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why is it a
Yep.
problem? And look, dude, they say Cabal's too old, right?
Mhm.
He's not. Dude. That guy, he's in his 40s and he still looks like he's in his 30s. So when he's in his 40s, he's still gonna look like he's in his. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When he's
Exactly.
in his 50s, he'll look 40. I
Oh,
don't know,
totally.
man.
I mean, he can keep the young face. He would have to slim down. I think he's a little bit too football player body for it. He's still got the Witcher kind of a build, so
He's
it would
just
throw me off. But
he's a thick boy. I know. I
yeah.
agree. I mean, Aaron Taylor Johnson, dude, shredded, looks great, but man, his voice kills me. Like,
Hmm.
I haven't been happy with anybody. Like, I'd honestly rather go back to when we had no idea who was going to get picked, right? I didn't see
Hmm.
Craig coming. Nobody did. But that was the
Nobody
beauty of
did.
how they used to run. You know what I mean? That's how they ran their casting. You'd never know, but it works because they knew Bond and they knew what they were looking for. Like, dude,
Hmm. Exactly.
as well as me and you know him and know the character, the psyche, and everything behind him, right? There's just no way I could cast that dude. You know what I mean? It took something special that they had, and like this dude's probably a fan like we are, right? The new
Hmm.
director, and I don't know. Look, man, I don't. I'll try and be optimistic, but look, if they go with this origin story with you know Holland, Jacob, or Harris, like Man, I don't know. Like I'm not looking forward to it. Like 10 years and that's what we get. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry.
that would be extremely hard for me to swallow, especially with as big as a name as Holland. I mean, he's a great Spider-Man. I wouldn't even
Dude, you
consider
can't
him
take him
my
serious though,
Spider-Man though.
man.
I
No.
can't
Toby,
take him
Toby,
serious.
who was it? Toby Maguire was ours.
That's my Spider-Man. Yep.
So like, I
So
don't know, man. I just, I don't
I
see it,
I
dude.
mean, there's obviously you want somebody who can actually like do the thing, like act and like do the job, right?
hmm
But the hardest part is the big names are the loudest and probably the safest. And so why not choose
You're
the
saying they're taking a safe
safest?
bet?
I think so. Yeah, very much so. Even going with Cavill, I mean, he's a big enough name that I mean, it wouldn't really shake the bed too much if he were to become the lead in it because people have a general liking towards him, uh, but it's safe. You know, like you said with Craig, or honestly any of them, nobody knew who they were, and we were all surprised. And thankfully, they all played the part very well. It's just I know how Holland can act. I know how the other two also can act, and they're good actors. Can they play the role of who I've imagined in my head as James Bond for 30 plus years? Ugh. I
No.
don't know. I'm saying probably not. It's it's a big, big shoe to fill for all of them, for any of them, and I'm scared that regardless of what is chosen, something's going to get screwed up. Now with the director, I think they did a decent choice with the director. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah,
He'll
dude.
figure it
Well,
out.
it's
But
gonna be like a fucking chick flick, man. I don't see it, man. I really don't. I mean, I'm sure people are gonna listen to this and be like, damn it, man. You know, man, why are you being so negative and this, that, and that? But it's like, dude, I mean, what do you expect? Like,
yeah,
if you're actually making content about this and you're positive about it, like, you're literally just trying to get the followers and get your algorithm going. Like, I don't know, I
it,
just feel like if you're a true Bond fan and understand what Bond really is and what it's meant to everybody, I don't, it's not a good thing.
like
I don't think it
yeah,
is.
I we take it really seriously, and at the end of the day,
Yeah, man,
it's just a
I
movie, but
invest a lot of time into
like
this. And so do you. Yeah,
a
but
lot. Yeah.
there's a lot of nostalgia to it, man. Like every movie that you've watched, I'm sure, like, you can literally
Hmm.
remember the first place you watched it or who you watched it with, or like
Yep.
all the Bond films, man. I remember watching all of them, what I was doing, and I don't know. It's like, sure, we've done the episode. This is what episode number 3 for us, and I know
Hmm.
we've talked about like why we care, like what Bond means to us and why we like it so much, and da 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 da. Everybody's story is almost the same. That's the funny part about it.
Hmm.
But I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. I just this Yeah, man.
It's
It's like
scary. Like
one kick in the balls after another, bro. That's kind of how I
right.
feel right now. Hmm.
The the reactions that I've witnessed online on the different platforms have been mixed as well. One thing I have noticed though is that everybody is so thirsty for anything that at this point, any news at all is great news. And I want to make sure that I don't fall into that same trap where it's like, oh, freaking finally, we got a director. Oh, sweet, now we got an actor for this and that and the other. Oh, finally, we got a storyline. Like, I almost I'm almost okay with the timeline because I mean, obviously the ball's rolling at a very slow pace, but it is rolling. I just at this point they better not screw it up because they've been given so much time and we are so thirsty for anything. I think we're all being a little bit blinded by the water that they're giving us. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense. I just I I'm very skeptical and I will be one of those people who will not be satisfied until I see rolling credits.
Yeah, and I don't know, I just read something else. So I guess the word I've been looking for is tradition.
Yeah,
Let's talk about tradition. Okay. So
sure.
traditionally, like Eon, they always picked like a kind of, you just got done talking about it though, like a lower budget star, right? Somebody that we didn't see coming. Craig,
Sure.
uh, Dalton. Um, but now that, Amazon's got creative control over it, I'm reading this, like, they have the opportunity to deviate from tradition.
Hmm.
That's scary, man. Like, if you deviate, it just like, unless you like do what Bond's always been, I don't, I just don't see it, dude. Sorry, it's midnight where I'm at.
It's
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean it's true with the tradition. It's almost as if the tradition propelled itself throughout the years because it was done a very particular way. Um, that's the vibe that you can get through the movies, and that's what we hold on to. So if it's changed, it's going to ruin the whole thing.
So I kind of look at, like, when you're picking a Bond film, right? I kind of compare it to like how Tom Brady was 199th pick, right? Nobody
Hmm.
saw it coming, and the dude, obviously is going to go down as the greatest quarterback never play the game, but nobody knew who he was, man. Same thing with, like
Hmm.
I said, like these no-name actors that have played Bond. Like, if you give it to a big box office guy, I don't know. It's not as fun. I guess I can't say that because we've
Hmm.
never seen that before, right? We've never seen something like a big box office actor get this role. But I also just, I don't know, man. Like I said, you got to, when it comes to stuff like this, like, you got to stick to tradition. And I think we talked about this in the last episode that they're just, like I said, they're going to strip mine them, man.
Hmm.
It's already
I guess
happening
we've
right in front of
had,
us.
yeah, and we've had tastes, right? So
Hmm.
Cavill was in that one CIA spy movie,
Oh,
um,
dude, the man from Uncle.
A Man from Uncle. Yeah, good
Such a
movie.
good
It was
movie.
a really
Oh,
good movie.
oh yeah, it was a good
And
movie.
so, like, I couldn't help but as I'm watching that movie, I was like, this is like American James Bond. This is sweet.
Yeah, I know.
The King's Man itself, um, it that's where I mean, those movies are just quirky. That's the new age millennial Roger Moore
Yeah, dude,
James Bond
I
movies.
just don't, I don't see it, man. Like, it's not, I don't know. Even like Roger Moore
Mm-mm.
quirky though, I don't know. Dude, it
It
doesn't
was
work with a young dude.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's how you get the Kingsman movie, which the
Uh-huh.
Kingsman movies are really good. All three of them, great movies, sweet
Yeah,
movies. I have
they
them
were
all.
awesome. Yeah, they're great, but it's not a Bond film, dude. It's its
It's
own
not a
movie.
Bond movie.
Right.
Hmm.
So, I don't
And
know.
so even with those little tastes here and there, like people are going to take all three of those actors and they are going to dissect them based on what they already know. They're going to look at Tom Holland and say, "The heck is Spider-Man doing in a tux?" You know, like
I
that's
just,
that is
dude,
not the first thing that I want to see in a movie.
I don't
Or
take the guy
why
serious. That's the problem for me, man. Like I don't take it serious at all.
the dude's younger than me. So, like
Hmm.
I've always literally and you know fantasized. I look up to James Bond as an idol. You know, he is supposed to be kind of not an elder figure, but just uh, a role model of elderly sorts. Does that make sense? I don't know if
Yes.
I'm.
No.
It's
So
like I'm not gonna look at this kid or kids. They're all younger than us. Actually, all three actors are younger than us. I'm just like, you're the James Bond? Like, no, I'd rather me be James Bond. I, you don't
I
have the
agree, man.
experience for the
So
character.
one of
The
these
acting, they
dudes,
have the acting experience, but not the character.
I see are I'm signing into something here. Australian. Does that
Hmm.
sound familiar?
Yeah. Um, Lazenby.
Yeah, man. How did that go over?
So, if we're talking about the actor himself, bless his heart, he finally got his peace and rest years and years after people finally figured out On Her Majesty's Secret Service was actually a really good movie. But he
It's its
was
own thing
hated.
though. Yeah.
It's its own thing. Yeah,
Dude, a
I
lot of
don't
people
think he
still
was
bitch about
received
it.
well. Yeah, it's
No,
too
because
long, it's too weird, blah blah blah.
so Lazenby to me would be comparable to like a Tom Holland, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Kind of like the
So
goofy
and
dude, the fun
yeah,
guy. I don't know, man. Like Roger Moore was fun, but I don't know, dude. I don't see it. I don't see it.
yeah.
Maybe I'm
I
just being a hater.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
well, more of a concerned critic, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because I I can't help but think like even during Moore's tenure, he's sitting here on these movie sets going like, I'm gonna do what? What's the next move for this movie? Like, would James Bond actually do that? Or is it just at that point, is it just, hey, let's make some money, you know?
Yeah.
Let's flip a car 360 degrees in the air. Uh, just weird stuff. Was he down for it? I don't know, but I don't necessarily want that. Like,
No.
I don't need a clown defusing a bomb, James Bond this time. I want From Russia with Love, kind of a James Bond. I want a Goldfinger James Bond. I want something that's uh, an English gentleman that is on a mission that turns into a huge adventure. And
Dude, that
that
this is
shouldn't be
crazy.
too big of an ask.
No, but so right now the biggest gap in franchise history was 6 years. From
Hmm.
License to Kill, 1989 to GoldenEye in 1995. So they're trying to say
I,
that No Time to Die is 2021, which to me isn't accurate. It was supposed to be
no.
released in 2019. Or no, was it 2020 or 2019, right? Let me fact check that.
Um,
Pretty sure it was
yeah,
2019.
unfortunately, I
They're
don't have
trying to
my
sugarcoat
fact
this
check.
shit right now.
It
Oh,
seems like it. Yeah, no, it's been pushed. It was pushed back from October. I'm getting the dates mixed up too. But I mean, regardless, still, like,
Yeah, dude. Look, November 2019 was the original release date, but it was postponed to February 2020, and then in 2020, and then April 2020, uh, it got postponed again. I think I saw it when we see it October 2021, I think
October.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
October 8th, 2021, I remember.
so we're
Unbelievable.
talking almost 8 or 9 years feasibly to get a movie in theaters at this point.
Well, if you go off the real date of the original release, if it's 2028, that's 9 years.
And that's if we're being generous, you know. It would be 10 years by the date that
It was done
uh
filming.
that the Google blog generated, which is 2028,
Yeah, but where are
which,
they getting this information from? Like how accurate
yeah,
is? Because that dude, it's only halfway through 2025. Why would it take
right.
3 years to get this movie out?
So here's the timeline of events that I was able to witness. Dune 3 is still being directed. Um, that's not even in post production yet. They're still actually filming it. Um, probably be done and in theaters by early next year, I would assume, which that's a huge assumption. And then I don't think that he would want to kind of juggle this big of a project. You know, Dune's one thing. It's a big movie. It's, gotten really good positive feedback. But then to take on this, um, I personally wouldn't want to juggle that with another big movie. So I would want to put my sole effort into it.
The
So
Dune Part
maybe start.
1 was they got 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't see any of these, so I don't know, man. Dune 2. I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything. Yes, I mean they're all getting 8.5 out of 10. Then you said Dune 3 is already starting.
Yeah, I guess they're filming right now during this summer.
Surface reveal.
So
So that's not going to be released till 2026 at the end of the year.
yeah.
It's almost
So
2027, so that makes sense.
that being said, do we have a story even? Do we even have a story? Because an
Hell
actor's a one
no.
thing. So
You got to have a
I
script.
mean,
Well, no. So you get the actor, then the script, right?
which that I mean, it could work either way, honestly. But in my opinion, you should probably have a story so that you can imagine who would best fit that story,
See, I don't
aka the
think the
role.
Broccolis did that either, though, dude. I think that they would
Mm.
bring in a guy and then make the story around them.
I mean, I think it was done however which way best fit for whatever's going on. But I'm hoping that they really focus on the story because that will be the make or break. That
Hey,
is what's going to,
what about the Theo guy from The Gentleman in White Lotus?
yeah. Um,
Theo James?
I don't
What?
remember his
Oh,
name.
I bet she's in
I know
his
who you're
30s,
talking
and
about
that's
though.
why they're not. Look, that's probably why they're not looking at him, man. Hold
Yeah.
on. He is. Damn, he's 40 years old? What?
Wow.
That motherfucker looks like he's in his late 20s. What's the problem?
I honestly don't know what's going through their head. It's confusing. I
Dude, This guy would
all
be great.
skepticism.
I gotta
Right.
watch. I gotta watch something with him. But like, dude, the actual look of him, like, I'm looking in the tux right here. The guy pulls it off. What's the hold up? This could work. This is what I mean. Why aren't they doing this? Why are we doing their homework?
That's a great question.
Go ahead and cut me a check, Amazon. I got you. I'll help you from fucking this up.
It's it just again, healthy criticism and skepticism. Like
Dude, this handsome,
it's all
handsome
coming from a
motherfucker.
place of love, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I don't get it. I mean, damn, I didn't think
Hmm.
he was 40. But think about it, the dude's 40. He looks like he's in his late 20s. By the time he's 50, he's
Hmm.
going to look like he's in his 40s. Do you can easily if they didn't do what the Brockwis did and didn't take like 16 years to make a movie after movie, like, dude, what was it? 2000. When Quantum of Solace get released? 2008, I think. Spectre didn't come out till
Yeah,
2015, dude. What is that? 2008. That's 7 years,
that's about seven
right?
years. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have
So
those timelines? Right.
let me get it. Yep. Hold on. I think so. Hold on. Let me see here. Do, 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 do.
I'm gonna say
Did it?
Casino Royale was like 2006, 2007.
I think it was 2005. Hold on. Hold on. I'm getting there, man. I'm doing the fact checking tonight. Let's see here. Okay,
I
I
know.
got I got all the timelines. So Casino Royale was 2006.
Mm,
Quantum was '08. So that was good, 2 years, right? But then,
fine with that.
oh, dude, we missed this fucking. Yeah, I've I took my
There's
melatonin. Dude, we fucking missed Skyfall, 2012.
yeah,
God.
Skyfall.
Oops. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I completely forgot about Skyfall because it doesn't rank very high for me. Sorry. Um,
That's all right.
I actually like Spectre more than Skyfall. So
Same.
yeah, but still, dude, like the gaps get bigger. Look at this. So from Casino to Quantum, it was 2 years, right? And then
Hmm.
from Quantum to Skyfall was 4. That's why it didn't go down as a big gap. And then it was another 3 years to Spectre, which was a fucking dumpster fire, but it's growing on me. Um,
Hmm.
and then, you know, 2021 release of No Time to Die, that's another 6 years.
Yeah. Hmm.
What are we doing,
Now
man?
we're effectively adding
They're fun.
3-ish more years to that, and we
Right.
don't even have a story yet.
Dude,
It's
that's what I
like
mean though. I don't know. That's what we're just, look, guys, we're just over here trying to, it's like working out a math problem, you know? Science.
hmm
We're just trying to figure out because if we can figure out what they're, you know what I mean, what they're trying to work out here, I mean, maybe we can come up with something and have like a positive episode. But man, like everything they're throwing at us, just, I don't know, just proved that last episode right, man. And from all these comments too, like, I don't know, nobody wants to see this.
everyone still really cares, and the longer you wait, you're just making it worse for everyone. So,
Dude, I mean, I'm looking at these. I'm reading. This is Screen Rant, right?
mm,
This is the website I'm on, a Screen Rant, and bro, look, the worst. Hell no, not yet. He's way too young. A huge
mhm.
note to mention an article, except Cavill, but as I said, he is a bit long in the tooth to carry more than one film. Okay, See, like, look, I'm not trying, like, when I say all this, I'm not, like, keep in mind, I don't mean anything by it, but, like, I saw that there was another guy who's like a black guy. Was he gay? Somebody said he was gay. I don't know.
Hmm.
They said he was a
I
front
don't know who you're
runner.
talking about.
I'll have to find it and send it to you. So, and then, you know, like, this guy's talking. Who else did they want?
Idris Elba's name's come up a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, but dude, like, look, man, and I don't mean this in any way, shape, or form, I promise, but like, dude, Bond's always been a white British guy.
Yeah, a
Doesn't need,
slender white
doesn't
British
need,
guy with dark
yeah,
hair, blue eyes.
yep, doesn't need to change.
And to be fair, in No Time to Die, they tried to play on that role as well. They gave 007 all of it, and it didn't sit well with a lot of people. But at the same time, it kind of flowed the story nicely.
Right.
Um, but it was just unnecessary. The wokeness needs to go. Uh, A good actor is a good actor, but when you're trying to play,
Everything's DEI with them, bro. Like,
it's bad.
even, yeah, well, Amazon's really bad. They're horrible. Like, if you've read The Terminal List and then watched the show, the fact that
Hmm.
they made Katie Asian literally makes no fucking sense. They didn't follow any of the storylines on it at all. And I can't believe Jack Carr let them do that because they, like, I don't see how they, unless they recast Katie in The Terminal List, how
Hmm.
they even get past that or book number two right now. Because book number three, I don't know if you guys are listening, if you've read the books, but they start to have a relationship. Well, the whole foundation is off. They had zero chemistry. I don't know, dude. It didn't make sense to me. And like I said, that's what kind of worries me about Amazon is they go off the beaten path. Uh, what the Rings of Power or whatever? Fucking
Oh goodness,
man,
garbage.
yeah. That's what I'm saying
Such
though. Like
garbage.
you take these beautiful things and you know what I mean? You're like, "Oh, well, I'll just go ahead and piss on this one or whatever it might be." I just
Yeah,
I don't see it, man. So that's where I'm at.
it's happened. It's healthy skepticism because every giant corporation has done the exact same thing. Disney
Hmm.
has ruined our childhood, completely just pissing on it and calling it rain. Um,
Pretty much.
Amazon doing all that stuff. The Harry
Hmm.
Potter series, trying to revamp that with whatever the heck they're trying to do. Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's just every bit of nostalgic cinema that we have is just being trashed on. For what for what reason? Like, who are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to appeal? Like, does the woke side really have that much money that you're willing to go after it?
Um,
There's
I
no
don't
way.
I don't know if I don't know if it's about money. I don't know why they do what they do, to be honest with you. I think it's they're afraid of
Is
getting
it-
canceled or
But
uh,
it's like the true fans will always still come
dude,
through,
where's
you know?
Jeff Bezos from originally? Do you know?
I don't actually.
Washington State.
Interesting.
Makes sense, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not pointing fingers, but man, like, you know, they go blue for a reason. Um,
Yeah.
let's see here. Sorry.
I
I
mean,
know we're not
politics
supposed to
set
get
aside.
political.
Yeah, even that set aside, it's just like, don't you want to have adoration and respect from the fans, like the true fans? Like, why else would you make a movie? You know, why else would you want to tell a story uh, in a certain way? other than to please a particular type of people. And that's what it's come down to nowadays. And it freaks me out. It freaks me out a lot because
Dude,
you don't need that.
I I mean these comments are crazy, man. Like I'm sitting here looking and like I don't know if I don't know if any of these dudes are like part of our community, but I mean just like random Joe Schmo, like I don't know, man. They're not about it. They don't like it. They're not it, I hope they're reading through these comments, man. Like we don't want a young Bond. I don't. I
Right.
would honestly rather
Right.
have Pierce come back and, play the retired Bond than, he would do a better job than you know, these little guys. And I don't know,
Right.
we could sit here and bitch about it all night, but time's going to tell. And all we're doing here is just throwing our opinions out to the universe and, seeing what sticks. But I don't like any
Exactly.
of these choices. I got to watch some of Theo James stuff, but I mean, from the looks of it, the guy he can pull it off. And then,
And maybe they're throwing a curveball at us and they're just saying, oh, yeah, here, think about these three names while we actually figure out what the heck we're doing.
dude, I
You know,
hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I don't know, man.
only time will tell.
No.
Well, I think that I would love to hear from everybody else as well.
Hmm.
Uh, I want to see those opinions down in the comments and see what everybody else thinks because
Yeah, throw your
I think
comments. Throw them out.
yeah, it's finally actually becoming a reality. We're not just
Mm.
sitting here thinking about who, what, where, when, but it's actually finally coming into place.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah,
let us
dude.
know.
Everybody comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I don't know. Can
Are we completely wrong? Like, are we
can
completely off base with this?
Are we wrong about these goobers? Just let us know because like I said, I don't see it, man. So, another doom and
Only
gloom
time
episode in
will
the
tell.
books. Yeah.
There's more
Well,
episodes to come where we can be more positive, though. We'll hit that
yeah,
next week.
I was gonna say, yeah, we'll give you guys a good little taste of something positive next week. But thanks for listening and yeah, leave some
All
comments.
right.